The eastern road leading to the abundant land of Koktebel gradually serpentines above the Synorsky Pass. The steep turns make it possible to see the views of sunlit lonely valleys resembling those at the paintings of Cézanne. The wild beauty of midday scenery calls to mind the plots of the Bible legends. Here are the ruins of the Gothic cathedral of the famous Karadag. The pearl of eastern Crimea used to boggle the mind of young Pushkin. Later, working at his Eugene Onegin, he drew the pictures of the golden gates of Karadag in the rough draft of his manuscript. The ancient volcano piled up heaps of basalt and tufa. Geological tremors produced kilometer-long terraces of rocks. Over thousands of years, the sea has devoured the greater part of volcanic rocks. Rains and winds swept away the milder rocks, and from the remnants they sculpted like by hands of a crazy genius a dead town. The devil's finger, king and queen with a court circle. The green groves hanging on the cliffs above pearl bays, carnelian and jasper veins, 100-meter-long earth cuts, all of these are the pages of the book of the land history. A painter's brush can hardly make a stroke, and man will also fail to find the words to tell a soul about Karadag. The festive scenery of Karadag gradually changes into a delicate chain of green and blue hills. They must have predetermined the name of Koktebel, the land of blue hills. You cannot arrive at Koktebel by chance or even plan a trip. You can arrive on bus at the settlement bearing this name, but it's not the Koktebel of Voloshin. You have to discover it. Discovers it for himself. Voloshin discovered it for everyone, though one has to say that he discovered it for the chosen ones. The choice was made by itself. The scenery and climate, combining the breadth of the sea, steppes and mountains contributed to it. But why? Why it happened that not the blessed Yalta or Gurzuf of Pushkin, but Koktebel was permeated by the air of fraternity, attracting those devoted to art. Maybe there was nothing left to be discovered in those places, and there reigned the riches, luxury and power. They worshipped the gods of pleasure and comfort there. The independent muses needed other kinds of habitat, and they searched for it on the rocky hills of the Homeric land, as the ancient Greeks used to call it. Voloshin might have felt himself to be a Greek when at the beginning of the century he built himself a house on the bay coast among the mountains devoid of southern comfort. With sandals on his bare feet, a staff in his hand, he walked all over the local paths and mountain ridges, just to understand that it was the land of exile that would attract artists and poets. It is difficult now to name all of those who visited the hospitable house of the poet. Among them, many artists, poets and singers: Bogayevsky, Verisyev, Green, Ehrenberg, Brusov, Gorky, the sisters Tsvetaevy, Mandelstam, Chukovsky, Platonov, Hodasevich. Insomnia, Homer, Tide Sail. Mandelstam wrote these words one by one, listening to the local wash. The glorified, cursed and unforgettable work of Gumilevsky, The Captains, was also written at the attic of this guest house. Moreover, it was here in Koktebel that Marina Tsvetaeva felt the fateful premonition. My poems are like precious wines waiting for their time to be tasted. This promised land, or to be exact, a part of the promised land, is situated nearby Karadagh. Karadagh, the poet's house, rising streams of air, salty breezes and hot winds, they all are Koktebel. Here ends the fairy tale about the nature under the name of the southern coast of Crimea, and here is located the land of mysteries and intrigues, Chimeria, the land of Homeric hills.